Early in the year, the salamanders come out of the ground. They go into a wetland, they lay their eggs, and then the adults go back underground, and then the young are developing, the eggs hatch, and then throughout the summer, as the vernal ponds are starting to dry up, the developing young start metamorphosing into land-dwelling animals. They come out of their aquatic stage, and then they metamorph, which means develop into a land-dwelling animal. They start growing arms and legs to get out of the wetland before it runs dry. So today, our premise of this program is to find those developing salamanders.
Four-toed salamanders, they're really cool. They're pretty small, so we're going to be looking for small salamanders too. And they're cool. They belong to the Plethodontidae family, so they're actually a lungless salamander. So they breathe directly through their skin, which is really, pretty cool. So keep an eye out for them. They're also unique. Their tail, they have a little area where you can see a constriction on their tail, so they can drop their tail easily.
One of the cool things about this program is all the young kids and adults can lift up logs and look for any animals or any life that's underneath those logs or leaf litter. The closer to the wetland, the better, probably. Yeah, this is all the wetland. We're in the wetland then. This is the stuff that the salamanders are eating. See all the ants and the invertebrates that are under here?
That's cool.
So when the salamanders come out of the wetlands, they're looking to go under these, first of all, to hide from predators.
Sure.
But they burrow under these things for a while until the weather gets cold, and then they start burrowing into the ground for the winter. Jake's got one. Jake's got one. Let's go get it.
Oh, that's good.
This is just so you guys just remember. This is a very special species of mole salamanders that exist here.
That's just somebody here knows.
That's so cool.
I don't know at this size if it's male or female. So the males, the adults, will have a swollen cloaca. Their cloaca, males and females have it. It's their reproductive organ and where they go to the bathroom. So the males will be swollen during the breeding season, so you can tell.
What we're looking for in this particular area in Montauk are the pure genetic form of the blue-spotted salamander. There's more blue-spotted salamanders that exist west of here and south of here. The genetic form that we find are mostly north of where they hybridize with other species of salamanders. So because Montauk is a peninsula, it's an isolated area where they don't interact with other salamanders. That's why we call it the pure genetic form, because it's a peninsula. It's an isolated area where they don't get the opportunity to interact with other salamanders, like the ones west of here. So the ones west of here have interbred and hybridized with other species, and those are known as the Jefferson species. Here, it's just pure genetic form of blue-spotted salamanders.
Well, it's dirty, right?
Oh, what's that?
Don't we put the salamander back?
I see what you're
Nope.
My name is Joel, and this is Penelope. How old are you, Penelope? 5. I love salamanders, and I love being outdoors. And Simon, our son, loves being outdoors too. He's tromping around in the woods. Penelope, are you having fun out here?
Hey guys, do you see what he did when he was done with the log? Perfect. Well, place it right back how we found it. That's exactly what we want to do. So we have another one right over here. Beautiful salamander. Look at this beautiful salamander.
Well done. That is beautiful.
Everybody just watch this log right here. This is where one of our friends was, so we're going to send him back as well. Let him
nicely done.
right underneath. So you see, when I put them back to, I like to put the log first and let them crawl under so they don't, get hurt when we set the log back down. The blue spotteds actually prefer that little bit of flow. Spotted, you're only going to find in like a true vernal, for the most part. And some permanent ponds, but for the most part, they like those real vernal. They have 4 toes on each foot. A lot of salamanders have 5 on their back foot, but these guys have 4. Right down here. You were over there, yeah. The four-toads will lay their eggs on those sphagnum moss little islands, and they'll curl up around their eggs and they'll protect their eggs. The eggs hatch and the larvae just drop right off the little moss island into the water, which is a pretty cool way to breed. Like this are really important because it gives kids a chance to connect hands-on with nature. And I think when you get that experience and see things and get that close personal experience, it makes you more likely to want to conserve these types of places and these animals. So I think it's really good for connecting kids to local wildlife, kind of understanding, oh, this is a beautiful, cool creature, I want to save this in this place. So I think it's really important in that aspect. A salamander, we can measure their populations, and if we see their populations declining, that tells us that the environment itself is not as healthy as it once was. So we can use salamander populations to understand a lot about our environment and how healthy they are. So that's one of my favorite things about salamanders. And I like them because they're accessible, kids can see them, so I think it's cool animals to get kids interested. It was one of the first animals that really I was attracted to as a kid, so I think they're really cool in that way.
The important part of this program is to interact humans to the natural environment. I don't think people would ever see blue-spotted salamanders and other amphibians on their own without being guided or led by a natural environmental organization. We've been doing this for 32 years. We kind of get an idea of where the animals are going to be this time of year. And the rewarding part of this program is so that the children and parents that are participating in this program become sensitive to what we're showing them today, and hopefully that'll create stewardship to protect these habitats and also to protect the wildlife that lives in these habitats.